Namaste. Welcome to today's session of Read Dnyaneshwari. Along with me, you're going to watch this along with slides from Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is a spiritual place in Peru. Inca rulers established this in a remote mountainous area. We're going to read Dnyaneshwari. Along with this, I'm going to read chapter 13 from OV 243 onwards. Shri Krishna is describing signs of non-violence. A man established in non-violence, uh, he shows following characteristics. Rubbing on the grinding stone decides purity of gold. Like that, the way he behaves tells us the establishment of non-violence in his body. Similarly, when the knowledge meets mind, the image of non-violence is produced. Listen, Arjun, that image is like this, without crossing waves or without breaking them by feet, without disturbing the ripples on water. The heron steps in the water with high speed and care, looking at his aim. Or black bee steps on the lotus flower with such tenderness, caring not to crush the filaments. Like them, thinking there is life in every minute particle, he walks, hiding his steps in compassion. The road he takes is filled with grace. The directions he looks at, he fills with the love. He lays down his life like the carpet under other lives. Thus is his walk, gentle. It cannot be described in words. Any comparison is not enough to compare. When a cat holds her young ones with love in her teeth, the way her teeth are felt, or when a loving mother waits on her baby, the tenderness in her eyes, or when one gently fans the flower of lotus to get wind, the way eyes feel with that wind. He steps on earth with that tenderness. Where his feet touch, that spot makes others happy. Arjuna, while thus walking with gentleness, if he sees worms and insects, he slowly turns back. He says, if his step bangs, that will break the sleep of master, and present order will get disturbed. With this compassion, he takes his foot back and doesn't step on any creature. He doesn't step even on the dry grass, thinking it has life. Then how would he step without consideration when he comes across a living being? An ant can't cross Mount Meru. A gnat can't fly over ocean. Like them, if he can't pass by anybody who meets him, thus whose style of walking had ripened to the fruit of grace. In his speech, you shall see compassion coming to life. He himself breathes tenderly. His face is home to love. The teeth are like shoots of sweetness. When he speaks, love trickles in front. The letters follow after. First, he graces, then words appear. He doesn't speak with anyone. If he decides to speak, he worries if his speech will offend someone. When he speaks something, he wonders if a word will hurt someone or make him suspicious in mind. He is worried someone may get disrupted in the story he is telling, or he may get intimidated or startled by listening to his talk. Somebody may disregard it. No one should be bothered. No one should raise brows by his speech. Thus he feels, so he stays quiet. If anybody requests him to speak, and he starts with affection, and then listening to him is like listening to your parents. His speech is sweet like the sound of music, or pure like the water of Ganges sprayed everywhere, or like the faithful wife grown to old age. Like that, his talk is truthful and soft, limited but straight.
Yeah.
It appears like the waves of nectar, talking to induce a quarrel, to induce someone to commit sin, speaking cynically, touching someone's tender spot, speaking obstinately, diabolically, vigorously, to confuse, to cheat. These faults of speech his tongue had completely abandoned. Arjun, his vision is also like this. He had laid down his brows freely. The eternal spirit is in all beings. It might get hurt by his vision, so usually he never looks at anybody. In spite, if sometime, due to inner grace, if he opens his eyes and looks at someone, you never see the stream of nectar flowing from moon, but that makes Chakor world plump. The same thing happens here. If he looks at any animal, even the turtle doesn't know this kind of vision. Who has vision like this toward animals? You would find his hands also work in the same way. The desires of an ascetic don't desire anymore because of fulfillment. Like that, his hands are without any actions, blind and decided not to see, or the fire without wood and extinguished, or dumb and decided not to speak, like them whose hands have no duty left, because they come to stay with ascetic, who has no duties to perform. The wind may get shocked, or sky may get scratched. With this thought, he doesn't let hands move. Then, how can he do things like fly off an insect from the skin, or move away gnats entering in the eye, or raise brows to scare animals? A man established in non-violence is like this. We'll stop here. Come again for next session of Read Dnyaneshwari along with me. And thank you very much for attending today. Bye.